If a grizzly bear attacks you, the correct response is to drop to the ground, go completely limp, and play dead until the bear decides you're no longer a threat and walks away. If a black bear attacks you, playing dead means you've just made yourself easier to eat. The correct response is to fight it with everything you have. Punch it in the nose, gouge its eyes, scream, kick, and do not stop until the bear decides you're not worth the effort. Two bears. Two strategies, completely opposite. And you have about 5 seconds to figure out which one is standing 40 feet away from you on a trail in Montana at 6 in the morning. Get it right and you walk out. Get it wrong and you've done the exact thing that kills you faster. You're on a trail. It's early morning. The wind is in your face, which means anything ahead of you can't smell you coming. You round a bend and there she is, a grizzly, maybe 300 pounds. Which is small for a grizzly, which doesn't matter at all when it's 40 feet away and there are 2 cubs behind her. You have bear spray on your hip. You watched a YouTube video about playing dead last night in your tent. You told your hiking partner this morning that you'd probably be fine if you ran into one. You're about to find out which of those things actually matters. And the answer might surprise you, because it's not the one you'd think. Telling the 2 bears apart is harder than it sounds. Black bears can be brown, cinnamon, or even blonde, so fur color is almost useless. The reliable differences are structural. Grizzlies have a distinct hump of muscle above their shoulders that sits higher than their neckline, a concave face that dips inward between the forehead and nose, and long, pale, curved claws. Black bears have no shoulder hump, a straight face profile almost like a dog, and shorter, darker claws. If you can't tell the difference, assume grizzly. The grizzly strategy has a higher survival rate when applied to the wrong bear than the reverse. Playing dead against a confused black bear is more dangerous than fighting back against a grizzly that turns out to be defensive. Now, the bear has seen you. She's huffing. She drops her head, and every cell in your body is screaming at you to run. A grizzly covers ground at 35 miles per hour. Usain Bolt's top speed, the fastest any human has ever moved on foot, is 27. You are not Usain Bolt. That 40-foot gap closes in about 2 seconds, and running triggers a pursuit response that's hardwired into every predator on Earth. A bear that was only bluffing, that had no intention of making contact, will chase a running target because running means prey. You've converted a standoff into a hunt, and you are the slower animal in that hunt by a wide margin. There is no terrain where running improves your odds. Uphill, downhill, flat ground, the bear is faster on all of it. The old advice about running downhill because bears can't handle the slope is a myth that has gotten people killed, so you stand still. While a 600-pound animal charges at you at the speed of a car in a parking lot. People who have done this describe it as the hardest thing they've ever forced their body to do. But here's why standing still works. Roughly 90% of grizzly charges are bluffs. The bear sprints at you, then slams the brakes at 10 or 15 feet. She huffs, pops her jaw, and waits for you to slowly back away. She's scared or agitated. She wants you gone, not dead. A real charge looks different. Head low, ears flat. No huffing, no posturing. Locked on and accelerating. And you won't know which one you're in until the last 2 seconds, which means you have to hold your ground through a bluff charge and hope you're right about the 90%. If it's a bluff and you held still, she stops. You back away slowly. You do not turn around, you live. If she's still coming at 20 feet, you reach for the spray. Bear spray is concentrated capsaicin fog, essentially military-grade tear gas engineered for an animal with a nose 40 times more sensitive than yours. It fires in a cone pattern about 25 to 30 feet and creates a chemical cloud that hits the eyes, nose, and lungs simultaneously. Studies by the US Fish and Wildlife Service found that bear spray stopped aggressive bears in 92% of encounters. Firearms stopped them 67% of the time. The spray outperforms a gun, not because it's more dangerous, but because a bullet hits one small point and a bear can run through a bullet wound on adrenaline. The spray creates an entire wall of pain that the bear has to pass through. Bears don't want to do that. You aim slightly downward at the ground in front of the bear because the cloud rises and the bear runs into it. You fire at 20 feet, not sooner, because wind can blow it back into your own face. Not later, because the bear is covering that distance in less than a second, and you have 6 seconds of spray in the can. Total. That's your entire supply. If you panic and hold the trigger from 40 feet, the can is empty before the bear reaches the cloud. Short, controlled bursts when the bear is close enough that you can see its teeth. 6 seconds is enough if you use them right. It's nothing if you don't. In 2016, a man named Todd Orr was hiking alone in Montana when a grizzly with cubs charged him. The spray didn't reach her in time. She hit him, bit his arms, clawed his head, and threw him to the ground. He went limp, face down, hands clasped behind his neck, legs spread, elbows tight against his sides. The grizzly bit him several more times. He didn't move. She backed off to check on her cubs. He waited until he was certain she was gone. Then he got up and started hiking out, bleeding from his arms, his scalp, and his back. He'd gone about 300 yards when she came back and attacked him again. Same bear. Second charge. He played dead again. Face down, motionless, while a grizzly that had already mauled him once decided whether to finish the job. She bit him a few more times. He didn't flinch. She left. Todd Orr drove himself to the hospital. He posted a video from his truck, blood running down his face, calmly explaining what happened. He survived because he went limp, both times, against every instinct his body had. That's the grizzly protocol. A defensive grizzly, especially a mother near cubs, wants to neutralize a threat, not eat it. If you stop moving, you stop being a threat. She'll bite, she'll swat, and then she'll usually leave to check on her cubs. If you move too soon, she comes back. You wait until you are certain she's gone. Not think she's gone. Certain, because the bear might be watching from 10 feet away. But if the bear attacking you is black, everything you just learned will get you killed. A black bear that makes contact is not being defensive. Black bears don't charge to protect territory the way grizzlies do. If a black bear is on you, it's predatory. It has decided you are food. Playing dead is lying still while something eats you. You fight, hit it in the nose, gouge at the eyes, kick, scream, use rocks, sticks, trekking poles, your bare fists if that's all you've got. Black bears are smaller and far less committed to a confrontation than grizzlies. A black bear that expected easy prey and gets a thrashing, screaming, eye-gouging opponent will frequently decide the meal isn't worth the damage and leave. Every documented fatal black bear attack involved a victim who played dead or didn't fight back. Every documented survival involved someone who fought as hard as they could. Two bears, two opposite strategies, your ability to tell them apart in 5 seconds on a trail with your hands shaking and your vision narrowing. Mimban Sassant is the single variable that determines which set of instructions your body follows. Bear attacks are rare. About 40 people are attacked in North America in a typical year. Roughly 3 die. The reason it feels more common is because every single attack makes national news for a week, while the thousands of bear encounters that end with the animal walking away get no coverage at all. Your sense of the risk is built on headlines, not data. But statistics don't help you on the trail. You're standing there. She's 40 feet away with cubs behind her. She huffs and drops her head. Your brain is not running probability calculations. Your brain is looking at 4-inch claws and trying to decide whether your legs or your training wins the next 3 seconds. Don't run. Stand still. Spray at 20 feet. Go limp if she makes contact. Fight if it's black. 5 instructions. You could teach them to a child in 30 seconds, but the bear just took a step forward. And your legs are already deciding for you.